wali mwana muto ino aye ali kusima okola obuvunaanyizibwa n'osoma n'omalayo okutuusa olunaku lwa leero webale okola obuvunaanyizibwa na bwegendereza.
And His Excellency the President also thanks all the people of BUSOGA, specifically the close family members who brought you up, especially when your father died.
Alikwebaza ino abo bonna ab'omu maka ab'emikwano abagemaku osobola okukula okutusaawo otusemperaano mwebale nnyo mwena.
And His Excellency the President also thanks you, Your Highness, for recently visiting the Royal Highness of Bunyoro Kingdom.
Era alikwebaza era yasanuka ino nti wasobola okwebeeda wajja ewa dada waife Bunyoro wakyalira ku Rukira Basaija omukama gafabusa isukayo ino yasiima ino.
In visiting the Royal Highness of Bunyoro Kingdom, you clearly showed that there is interconnectedness between these kingdoms.
Okukyalako ebunyoro kyalagira ddala enkolagana eriwo mu bwakabaka bwaife ow'ebunyoro n'obw'ebusoga.
And His Excellency the President asked me to mention to you, together with other cultural leaders present here, that it is very important to always demonstrate and clearly expose that interconnectedness between us and among us, and he would like the kingdoms to always clearly bring out what brings us together, what connects us together, rather than the differences.
Era ali kusaba obwakabaka bwonna obuli mu Uganda tugezeeku okwendagana okulagagana omukwano n'obulala bwaife ekitugayita n'omukwano tulobeko yawulayawulamu tukozese ofisi edo okuyunga abantu n'okuyunga amawanga.
And he wants this interconnectedness to come out whether within Uganda, at the East African level, or at the African level, because the people of Africa are the same and they should work very hard together pursuing our interests. And that those who have some doubts may refer to the Batambuzi dynasty or the Bachwezi dynasty.
Era alikoba ati kino kimukwa mu Uganda yonka mujje mu mawanga agatuliraine n'agandi gona okulaga obulalo bwaife kubanga amawanga ga Africa gona tuli bantu balala. Era obanga eri atayikiriza ekyo alina kyabuuza mujje musome history ey'abatembuzi ni history ey'abachwezi mwida kubona engeri kyetugemaganamu ng'ebika n'amawanga.
And that he shared the same message with the Prince, the Kabaka of Buganda, when he was still a prince then, when he was in London, and assured the Kabaka that he is going to reinstate the kingdoms in Uganda, but also emphasized to him that when he reinstates the kingdoms should demonstrate unity and what brings them together.
Amagezi ago tagatandise lwaleero. Kabaka wa Buganda awekisengedde Ronald Mutebi bwe yalina ye Bungereza ng'akalukwizawo bwakabaka mu Uganda yamukakasa nti nja kubwizaawo aye mukubwizaawo ndi kusaba nti wonna atya makuntebe wena yongera okulaga omukwano mu mawanga agandi okiraga nti Uganda eri galala.
And that we should always remember that we are all descendants of other indigenous African people. That's why in the names, for instance, like Wamala, it is found in Buganda, it is found in Western Uganda, it is also in DRC, and it is in Tanzania. So a clear demonstration that we are the same people.
Ekiraga nti amawanga ga Africa twentwena tuli kintu kirala twava mu bantu balala. Erina lya Wamala oli agana Buganda, oli agana mu Western Uganda, oli agana mu Congo, oli agana mu nsi edindi zonna n'olwekyo tuli kintu kirala.
And Your Highness, the name like Nadiope, His Excellency say that it is here in Buganda, in Busoga, but it is also in Karamoja.
Perano yakoite ina lya Nadiope tiri ku Busoga byonka nere mu Karamoja yone Nadiope.
And in Teso, Nadiope, it is called Odiope. There are people in Teso called the Odiope.
Ne Teso eri abantu bita Odiope. Kale kyona kiraga era tulibalalawo.
And His Excellency the President said that the name of the bride, Mutesi, it is also in Ankole, but in Ankole they pronounce it a bit differently, Mutesi with the TSI, and that means a favorite child.
Mperano bana erina lya inde bantu Mutesi ni Mwankole liriyo. Ayiro balieta Mutesi. Ekitegeeza omwana gwe basinga okwenda.
And he said that that name also Mutesi is in Rwanda.
Ne Rwanda erina liriyo erya Mutesi.
So he asked me, Your Grace, Your Eminence, and Your Highness, to emphasize the point of unity and interconnectedness as kingdoms and as people of Africa.
So antumye ensonga eyo tukite kuina isira okumanya nti tuli kirala tufaanana tukolere ala tusigale nga tuli ala twegaite.
And with those few examples, he asked me to state that you will find an opportunity to have you and the Queen. He will host you with Mama in State House with your delegation.
Era baba alikakasa nti ekisera kitali kyagala ino aida kweta ninde bantu muje
the most important point, Your Highness, Your Eminence, Your Grace, and Your Highness, is that I should repeat a parent to you, Your Highness, and therefore he has offered you 20 cows, which is a custom according to him to welcome the incoming bride, because he is on your side, Your Highness, as your parent. So he is welcoming the bride with 20 cows, which I have brought, and he said it is called Okulabuchira in the local language.
Alikoba atiyenga president atenga latawo akukuziza alikusaidia eno eriku je gabiro muwala nolwekyo yenga latawa womaka,
a custom according to him to welcome the incoming bride, because he is on your side, Your Highness, as your parent. So he is welcoming the bride with 20 cows, which I have brought, and he said it is called Okulabuchira in the local language.
Alikoba atiyenga president atenga latawo akukuziza alikusaidia eno eriku je gabiro muwala nolwekyo yenga latawa womaka alikusangaza omugole nga muwa ente 20.
So Your Grace, Your Eminence, and Your Highness, you can see how tough the assignment is. But I believe that I have done it to the best of my capacity. That is the assignment. That is a message which he gave me on phone. And I would now like to ask for your authority, Your Grace, to hand over the 50 cows. But in my capacity also as a Mutesi, Your Highness, a Mutesi of Bugweri, who is from Teso, I came with physical cows, two physical cows. I'm told they are grazing somewhere, the other eastern side. And I came with 2 because Your Highness, the children must drink milk. I heard His Grace saying that one of the reasons for marriage is procreation. Procreation means we are going to have children very soon, and therefore the children must drink milk. And those cows, according to the vet, when one is having a calf, one will be in calf. So at all times there will be milk in the palace for those children.
Alikoba atinga ugaise kwente eda president da waire omugole waife omuwala mwene yena ale sente 2 era diri awo muluya diri kuli yaisubi ate diri mu mwako dombi yakoba ati tali kwenda lubirubule mu mata eno we nabanga omwako erebenga balijikama nolwekyo tuwida kufika mata agusha bakobya ati muzala abana kale ye ali ba mata g'abaana abo era mutandikirewo.
His Grace, you said that before the inhabant came, His Highness was very lonely. We saw a worse loneliness when His Excellency the President sent us to the palace to open the palace, to hand over the palace from government to His Highness. I asked the Katukiro, Dr. Mubawala, does the Highness stay here? Dr. Mubawala said, hardly. Because the palace was so big, but he did not have a companion. So you rightly say that today is the day that the Lord has made. I want to thank Mutesi and her family for accepting to contribute to what this day has been today. Thank you very much.
Vice President Alikoba ati akubisho akobya ati kyabazinga barayongobeire gaine bantu akali tukamukanisa ya mwidukiza nti lwetwayide okwigulawo eigenge yabonanga enumba nene ino ate nga baba ali muyenka yabuza Katukiro ati baba asula muno akati tatera ati kubazira muntu gwabanaye ayenge fano ngaboide yekakasa nti olubiri lw'eigenge ludatandika okusuwa.
So Your Grace, Your Eminence, Your Highness, allow me now to hand over the 20 cows, which His Excellency the President has contributed towards supporting the holy matrimony of the Chabazinga of BUSOGA.
Ente dido President daweereza diri kutambula diri kusala okujja ewa baba dido diri kujja ewa baba ni mama.
Superb translation.